Bendy and the Dark Revival. What a ride this game really was. Okay, guys, so in this video, you already know. Wait. Okay, guys, so in this video, we're going to be doing a full Bendy and the Dark Revival review. This whole entire video is going to be reviewing multiple stuff about Bendy the Dark Revival, like the game runtime, the price, how good the game actually looked like, you know, the whole story of the actual game, gameplay, and everything about all the chapters. So this is going to be a full in-depth review, literally talking over the entire story and so many spoiler stuff. So if you do not want to get spoiled, please leave now. But if you do not want to, if you want to see a whole review for the game, but you know, without spoilers, I will be uploading a video, one first or one after this, being a spoiler-free review, reviewing the entire game with the story and everything about it, but without spoiling you, to see if this is the game for you or not. So without further ado, let's go hop into the video now and actually explain everything. Okay, so the game begins us as Audrey, an animator in 1971, just working in the brand new Arch Gates, aka the studio that bought Joey Drew Studios, you know, the Bendy cartoons. So she's just working in the studio. You know, that's I'm telling about the whole story. There's also a short story summary, you know. Then after that, she meets this dude. She met this dude, his name is Wilson, and he just literally goes and drags her into the ink and brings her into this brand new ink world. So yeah, after that, Wilson just brings her into his world, saying to meet him and not any explanation. So after that, the whole entire point of the game is just for you to try to find Wilson and just explore this new inky world. And then after that, you meet Alice Angel, the Allison, whatever you want it to be actually called, and she helps you explain and says to meet up later on, because you know she doesn't want to go with her because she has a wolf, aka Tom, that we're going to meet later on in the game. And throughout that, you're just really going and exploring the entire game until you actually go to the next big story part. As you learn more about the story, you know, a little bit more about the studio and all the lore and everything like that, you learn about, or find ourselves little baby Bendy. He is literally just chilling there, playing with his toy trains, and this is obviously just a big point of the game, little Bendy here, because this is the first time we actually seen Bendy in the game, and he's just a little cutie, isn't he? But anyways, yes, after you find Bendy, you kind of scare him by shocking him with your disintegrate powers you guys found earlier in the game, but yeah, she kind of hurts him back, and so within the rest of the game is really her running around, going to the upper levels like Allison told her to, and after that, she finds him and finally, you know, gets his trust. But before actually getting his trust and before meeting him again, we meet Joey Drew in the flesh, he says, so to speak. Even though this isn't really Joey Drew, as everybody can really think by playing the game, you could probably think it's about Joey Drew, you know? But sadly, it's just a memory, just a ghost he, I guess, put into the machine too, just to guide anyone there, I'm guessing, to guide, or maybe just Audrey, just to guide her through everything. But yeah, he's just chilling there. I definitely thought he came back. I was definitely shocked when I first saw him. But yeah. Anyways, after that, you and little baby Bendy become best friends, and you guys start exploring the entire, city that you guys found underground, just to try to find a way to enter the gen building. After finding a keycard, we meet Joey Drew again when he goes and explains the entire story of who Audrey really is and about the whole cycle, explaining how, you know, Joey Drew, aka not him because he's just a memory of him, Joey Drew is extremely spiteful since he blamed his whole downfall of everything in his whole entire life. So he put Henry in this never-ending loop and cycle, aka Bendy and the Ink Machine, the whole 5 chapters. It was always an infinite loop he caused him in, but Henry eventually broke the cycle. But before that, he put an angel into the game not into the game, into the whole reality, because he felt bad for Henry after trapping, so he wanted to put a glimmer of hope, something to guide him through the darkness. So he put Allison in chapter 5 that saved him from the evil Alice Angel. So yeah, he went and tried to help him, but after that, he wanted to start anew. He wanted to start a family, something that he never had before. So with the Ink Machine, he attempted to make a human, even though it's like a inky human. It's not really a real human, but he ended up making Audrey, aka the player that we play as, knowing that she's not even a human, and all she really is an ink monster, and she doesn't really want to believe that. But after that, the whole entire game, you're kind of just like experiencing with the cycle breakers. It's like while they're all trapped up in the whole the pit, as they call it. That's something else. They get all trapped here. everyone that tried to, I guess, break the cycle or something that was involved in it. So they're all just chilling in this whole area after we met the cycle breakers, and also we find this is an important thing before I actually pop up here. So when you were entering the gem building, little baby Bendy disappeared, and obviously baby Bendy always disappears before big Bendy. Well, it's for a big reason too, because it's kind of like a shocking matter here. Right when Bendy comes to attack you here, Ink Bendy, the evil Bendy here, goes to attack you. They turn on the machine. This machine turns off all the Ink's power, making everyone really powerless. And as you guys can see here, big Ink Bendy turns into little baby Bendy. So yeah, that was a humongous shocker. Baby Bendy is Ink Bendy. That's just his little form. So after that, you find the subject in the cycle breakers being Henry after he broke the cycle. Dang it. So this is obviously Henry after he broke the cycle breaker, and we can finally see how Henry actually looks like. This is the first time, and he explains the entire story of how the end, the real, is the only thing to reset the cycle. It's by showing Bendy the end, the real. It's the only thing to break it, but the cyber breakers put him in this whole cage and took away the real, so he cannot go and recycle it, aka Wilson did this, so the cycle cannot be reset. So the cycle is now actually just building, and the whole Ink world is still developing and is never being reset so far. And that's why the whole game is here, and that's how we're able to explore this game. So that's why when he explained immediately, he said it's not a prequel or a sequel, it's just after the cycle is broken. This whole entire game is obviously taking place when the cycle has been broken, and that's why he did actually say, break the cycle this fall in all the, different ads, or he was doing different promotions. So that explained everything. We're meeting Wilson. We meet Betty here too, and then, Wilson explains everything, how he needs help from his father, quote unquote, to need help. So he brings her in his little mansion area that nobody can actually go and enter, and then she gets kidnapped by Alice Angel, the evil one. After you have a little one-on-one duel with Alice Angel here, she's just there trying to, kill you. But then when she's trying to kill you, she literally just gets stabbed here. So exactly dealing her exact fate that she did in the first game. So yeah, the same fate, just now it happened again. So per Alice. After that, you walk through this tunnel of actual color. First time actually seeing color in Bendy. But yeah, you actually walk to here before you meet Wilson. Here's how Wilson explains everything, and explains how he needs Audrey and how he lied just because he needs her pure soul just to become the new little cartoon character to take over Bendy. So, he can be the new, I guess, ruler of the whole Ink world. But yeah, he got over his head because she ends up putting him in the blender, and now his terrible soul gets chopped up in there. And after that, you get put into a boss fight where, your powers get disabled in the first half of it, and then you meet this awesome brand new character being Wilson in the cartoony body here. So yeah, into boss fight. Then at the last second, Ink Bendy comes and helps save you, but also her legs get broken. So now Ink Bendy talked to her how they could both rule together. So he actually went and combined it, and now they both combined into one. Now they're all one, and both of them just like this humongous beast looking Bendy, exactly like the end of chapter 5 of Bendy and the Ink Machine, but now they're just a lot more muscly and a lot more bigger. And Audrey shows him the tape and the end tape, and then also Henry and Sammy, they all came back just to end it all for one last time to end the cycle. This time at the end of many endings, some other endings, but it's like the whole canon official one, it shows here. But now she's the one in control of the whole Inky world. She's one that tries to help the cycle in that all bearable, because the cycle did get reset, but she's now out, and she knows and remembered everything. And now she's also Inky, the first of her kind there. She's an ink human. Flesh in the outside, but it's like full ink in the inside. No muscle, nothing like that. And then also she was able to say that the whole world's coming together. And now Ink Bendy is here in real life. And now she has a little companion. So that is Bendy and the Dark Revival's full story. Now let's go into the whole entire actual just gameplay of it all. First of all, in my opinion, if I have to rate the whole entire gameplay, it's really good. Except for one thing was the mouse sensitivity. I definitely did not like the way it was extremely slow like that. that, it was really difficult to actually play like that. So yeah, the mouse sensitivity must have sucked still, but every single level and every single thing we go in here is extremely detailed. The game is extremely a lot more detailed than Bendy and Ink Machine ever was, and it just looks so much better. The lighting looks a lot better. The jump scares and everything is also really, really good. It's so huge. The game is around 6 hours long if you play the first time, but if you know everything what you're doing, it'll probably take you around 3 to 4 hours. So it's still very long. Multiple different endings, different secrets to do, lots of different badges. For $30, I feel like it's definitely a good price. It's definitely just a huge advantage and a jump from Bendy and Ink Machine with the animation, everything improving. Literally the whole quality of the story, animation, models, everything really jumped up. So definitely this game was, for me, definitely worth the hype. I definitely did love it. It never lagged. The game never had one bug within the beginning of the actual game. So yeah, I never experienced anything except for when you go into some loading hallways, it sometimes moves the camera around. That was kind of the only bug that I went through, but it didn't really hinder or render any of my gaming experience. It just made it, you know, just what, an inconvenience for a few seconds, but without that, that was the only problem I really had within the game. It's still really amazing. I did love everything in the game, like, you know, the animations. They literally had over an hour of cutscenes. Cutscenes are so much in the game. It's just so good. It fixed everything they kind of made in the whole first Bendy and Ink Machine game, with the whole ending, everybody really not liking it. They literally fixed that entire ending here without ruining it or anything like that, and just made it just a way more better game at the end of the day. So yes, guys, if I have to give the game a rating, when I first played it, I had to give it around a 8 out of 10. The reason why I give it 8 out of 10 was just because I felt like the game was obviously really, really good. But right then and after I finished playing, I was very confused. I didn't like the whole resetting the whole cycle ending, but the more I heard people explain it, the more I actually, you know, understood the story a lot more, is when I changed my rating to a 9 out of 10. Why not a 10 out of 10? Because first of all, it's not the best perfect game out of all of them. They did have some annoying little things, like when they had repetitive cycles, like the whole sneaking. I hate that mechanic in this game, sneaking around and doing stuff like that. That just sucked. Like in the beginning, the early stages of the game, when you had to sneak around, really did suck. And also those little monsters right in chapter 5, right before you go and, you know, talk to Wilson. That whole section sucked with those new monsters like that. They were cool, but I definitely did not like them. That was also annoying here too. And also Bendy, I had to go and hide constantly and didn't know when he's going to come up. And you have to go hide instantly or else you die, and it has to load from an autosave. All those little things were just a little bit annoying that I didn't like. And that's the only reason why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It can easily closely be a 10 out of 10. But when it comes to the other game, it's literally 10,000 times better than Ink Machine. It's literally so good. And yeah, I don't know what else to really say about it, but stay tuned because I will be uploading a spoiler-free review. I have the entire game, no commentary, and commentary on my channel right now, so you go watch it if you don't really, you know, want to play, or you can just go buy a link in the description. I have it there for this whole Steam page. But yeah, I really did like it. The whole objectives, everything's pretty good. The game is really good when it comes to the whole smoothness. I cannot see anybody glitching or breaking it. I don't see any mistakes here. It's just, I think they definitely did their great time on this. They said the whole game, everybody thought it was delayed or was dead, the whole lawsuit and everything, but this game was slowly just making its way up, developing so much every single day, and I just really definitely do love it. So yeah, I think it's me for this video. I think it's everything I really need to say for the game, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Maybe after a few months or weeks, I'll replay Bendy the original, or have maybe more things to say about it, but that's it. This is my full story and review of the game story and just review period. I also did love, right, just seeing that right now in the clip, I also do love the different upgrade mechanics, how you can upgrade your weapon in the game and get different upgrades like teleportation, you know, vaporizing people, all that was super cool. Also the whole, you know, weapon to get more powerful, and also the little jars of thick ink where you're able to go and upgrade yourself with the stamina or health. All that little upgrades here and there is just very cool to make the game different from every other player too. And it has some side quests too that you could do, and many different little secrets, and also many callbacks to the original Bendy game. It was just so good. I just really loved it. It was really amazing. I beat it all in one day. It was just so good. So that's why it's a 9 out of 10. Tell me guys in the comments below, what do you guys rate the game, or if you even finished or played it or something like that. I know some of you guys haven't finished playing because, you know, it is a really long game. But yeah, tell me in the comments below if you want to see any more Bendy videos, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.